Hello, let's stitch this summery ice cream dishcloth. Perfect season for this amazing ice cream dishcloth. As you can see, I'm using the lily sugar and cream yarns, and we're gonna need three colors for that. I'm gonna give you the link in the description below so that you can see what color I'm using. I have already made two versions of it from the original pattern. As you can see, the cone is using same color for all three versions. So cone is made out of jute color. Second color, we have hot pink for this version, and the top scoop is the sunshine yellow. That's how it's made. The version 2. Version 1 is work in a similar way, the cone, the top scoop, and bottom scoop. Now let's get started with the third version, in which same cone base color, which is the jute color from the lily sugar and cream, the original product line. And we have another color is the robin's egg color for our top scoop, and we have third color is the hot orange color. Let's put it aside and let's take our base color, that is a jute color for the cone, and let's get started with the instructions. So as per the version, these is how it's gonna look. The top scoop is of the robin's egg, the bottom scoop is going to be the hot orange and the jute. So without any further delay, let's discuss the further material you require. So 5 mm crochet hook, the scissors, the stitch markers, and steel yarn needle or whatever is your favorite yarn needle for this project. Let's strip off this ball band and let's take out the yarn to crochet.
Our very first color is now opened up. We are going to take and leave about 4 inches of yarn in here, and then we are going to make a slip knot like this. Okay, just take your hook and pull like this and make a small loop, and then we are going to start our work by making chain 1 and 2. Now from the second chain we are going to make 3 single crochets. So this is the first one, and then second. From the second we are going to make 3 single crochets. So 1 single crochet, and if you would like you can use the stitch marker. So for your reference, I'm going to show you how you're going to use your stitch marker. When you have done your first stitch of the single crochet, just make sure you're taking both the loop and fixing your stitch marker. That's your first single crochet to mark, and then we are going to make 2 more, so from the same stitch. So 2 and 3. There you go. There are your 3 single crochets. Now second row, by the way, remember the very first, this side is your right side of the work, so this is going to be the right side of your work. Now second row will be after turning our work, so 1 and then 2 like this. So this is the right side, turn your work like this, and then we are going to make a chain 1. Okay, and how our second row is going to be is that we are going to do a single crochet across. So first single crochet, and if you're a beginner I would suggest to use the stitch marker to make a note of first single crochet like this, and single crochet in the second one, and then we have this last one, so single crochet in the last one like this, and you can now remove your stitch marker.
Okay, like this. So second row is complete, and this is the wrong side of your second row. And now we are for the third row, we are gonna turn our work like this. Turn our work like this. Now we are going to make chain 1, and this time we are going to make 2 single crochet in the very first one. So 1 single crochet, and then we are going to place our stitch marker to keep a track of our first single crochet, just like this. And in the same stitch, we're going to make another single crochet. So basically we have increased our first stitch. In the second one, we are going to make just 1 single crochet, and in the last one as well, we are going to make 2 single crochet. So basically we have done increment in first and last, and in the middle stitch we have just done normal stitches. Now remove your stitch marker, and for the fourth round as well, we are going to turn our work like this. And our fourth round says that it's going to be same as the second row. So we are going to start with the chain 1 and single crochet in each of the single crochet to end of row, making sure of placing the stitch marker after working your first single crochet in your first stitch. So in the second one as well, we are going to make single crochet, third single crochet, just like this. Keep doing single crochet to end of the row. Here we are at our last stitch, and we are making single crochet in the last stitch. And now we are removing the stitch marker. This is our row completed, and now we are going to turn our work. Now for fifth row instruction, it says that chain 1 and 2 single crochet in the very first one. So 1 single crochet, and we are going to mark our first single crochet using our stitch marker, just like this, and then another single crochet in the very same stitch, and it says that 1 single crochet in each single crochet to last single crochet. So we are going to do single crochets until we reach to the last single crochet. So let's do that. And in the last single crochet, again we are going to make 2 single crochets. So basically it's kind of like third row. We have made an increment in first single crochet and the last single crochets. So that's how we have completed our fifth row, and this is our last single crochet. So that way the fifth row is completed. So let's understand how it's working. In the very first, we have done 2 single crochets, and last 2 single crochets. So we have done an increment in the fifth row. The second step after fifth row, it is saying that repeat last 2 row 9 times more until we reach to the 25 single crochet. So we have done our fifth row. We have 7 single crochet right now, and we are going to turn our work. We are gonna work with our sixth row. Sixth row is going to be single crochet in each of the single crochet to end of row. Fourth row is what? Fourth row is as second row only. So we are going to do that fourth and fifth repeat 9 times, and when we are going to reach to the 9 times, we are gonna have 25 single crochet. So let's get started with the next row, that is our sixth row, by making chain 1 and single crochet to um, single crochet to end of the row by making sure of placing the stitch marker in our very first single crochet. This is very crucial step if you are a beginner as a crocheter. So this is gonna help you marking your first single crochet. So instead of making extra stitch or any kind of counting, it is going to be very much helpful for your precise end result. Now remove your stitch marker, and we are going to do our last single crochet, that is our seventh single crochet of the sixth row. Now we are going to turn our work, and we are gonna do our seventh row, and seventh row is going to be an increment. So first single crochet, mark the stitch marker in our very first single crochet, and in the same place we are going to do stitch marker again. So in the first two single crochet and single crochet to last single crochet, we have reached to the last, just removed it, and in the last one and two single crochet. So this is our seventh row done. Eighth row again just like fourth row, so single crochet in each of the single crochet to end of row.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. Okay, so to make things more simple, what you can do is you can do something like, here we have row 1, row 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say row 1 is a 3 single crochet, row 2 is 3 single crochet, okay, and then row 3 is 5 single crochet. So first and last 2 single crochet, okay, and then row 4 is 5 single crochet, then 7 single crochet, first and last stitch 2 single crochet, 7 single crochet. So we are going to have these kind of pair, and we are going to repeat it until we are going to get a 25 stitches. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, row 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25. Row 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. All these are single crochets.
First and last, 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 first and last. So this is how it's going to look.
What we can do is we can keep these aside for our reference, and right now we are at the row where 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. This has, so we have this 9 single crochet, so which are done. This is done, 2, right, then 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. These are done. Now we have the 9th row, which is going to be, it's easy to understand now that we are going to increase, right? So chain 1 and then 1 chain 2 in the same one, then count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So oops, 10 and 11. Okay, so this one is done. Now we are at row 10. So just turn the work and single crochet in each of the 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and last one, remove your stitch marker, and this 11. Now turn your work and continue working in this manner, and make sure you're marking it out. That way you've got a cheat sheet and you're gonna keep a track of how you are reaching and how you are working with your rows together. I'll see you once you are done with this all noted rows for the cone. All right, so we have completed this many of rows. We have currently 23 single crochets, and this is going to be the row where we are going to have 25 single crochet. And as you can see, we are going to have 2 single crochet in the first and the last single crochets. So as we have chain 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and in the last one 2. So 24, oopsie, 24 and 25. So our very last row has been made. Just crossing it out, and the next row it is saying that chain 1 and 1 single crochet in each single crochet to end of row. So first we are gonna need to turn our work, chain 1 and single crochet to end of the row. Single crochet in first, second, third. I've just speeded up the video so that it's just not gonna end up going to the very lengthy video, but still I'm making sure that it's not that fast and everything is making sense, and just fastening or forwarding only those portion which is already has been explained and which
just gonna make sense. Here comes the last stitch of our next row, like the last row that we are doing for the cone. Look at this. Right now I'm not making single crochet, I'm keeping it as it is. Even though in the instruction it is saying like break A, we are gonna join our second color right here without breaking this color A. And it's a kind of like same we are gonna break later, but here comes our second color. This is our second scoop. Okay, so for this version we are gonna take this hot orange color, and let's take out this bow band. Once you open up your yarn, generally we complete our single crochet like this, but instead of that we are gonna drop the color A and take the color B. Just make a simple loop by leaving 4 inches of yarn like this, and in this loop we are going to simply take loop from these both loops over our hook, and that's it. We have got the working yarn, or working yarn from the ball is the color B. Now we don't need color A, so we are gonna simply fasten off, and we are gonna remove that from our way to work. Now in the instruction it says
Bottom
that
scoop. That's it.
working in
So
the
it's
back loops
done.
only, single
And
crochet in the
now we are
back
gonna
loops.
simply
So
work
let's
with the
understand what
bottom
is
scoop
back loops.
instruction. So for
Let me
that,
take the yarn
first
needle.
chain
So
one, turn
generally we
your
do
work
our single crochet
because this is your working
from
yarn,
this
right?
both loop, right? So to the front side right now you're seeing is the front loop, and the back side of your face it's going to be your back loops. So we are gonna basically work in the back loops only. So first single crochet, we are gonna do 2 single crochets in the back loops only. So secure your yarn and single crochet in the back loops only, 1 and 2. Now all the single crochets that we had from the last, we are going to make 1 single crochets in the back loops only till you reach to the last single crochet, just like we did the increment while making cones. So keep doing it in the back loops only. Here we are reached to the last. So in the last 2 single crochet in the back loops only. Make sure you have 27 single crochets in the back loops only of this bottom scoop started with the color B. And now we are gonna do second row by turning our work just like we have done in our cone. So in the second row they are saying that chain 1 and working in both loops, 1 single crochet in each single crochet to end of row. So we are gonna make single crochet till end of the row, and we are gonna need to repeat this second row from second to eighth rows. So that being said, after this second row we are gonna do this same rows of working from chain 1 and then starting with single crochets in first to each end of the row, and then turn another 3 4 5 6 7 8, so another 6 times. Now I will see you after you are done with the second to eighth row, that is another 6 times this row has been done. Okay, now this is how it's looking after making second to eighth row, just doing single crochet in both loops. Now The ninth row is saying that we are gonna give a shape, so we are gonna decrease this um, stitches by making single crochets two together. So we need that circular half shape for the bottom scoop. So for the ninth row, first we are gonna do and turn this work just how we did every time, because we're working to and fro. So turning our work, and we are gonna do chain one and single crochets two together. So in first single crochet we will just pass our hook and take yarn, and in the second same, and then we are gonna do yarn over and pull through both these two loops. See, so we have decreased one of the single crochet, and now we are going to do single crochet until we reach to the last two stitches. Since we are gonna do same things in the cone shape, when we were increasing, we were doing first and last stitch as increment, and now since we are decreasing, we are gonna do last two stitches and first two stitches we are gonna do single crochets two together. I hope this is making sense. It is very simple to understand. So do this single crochets until you have last two stitches remaining. There we go, we have last two. So yarn over pull through, yarn over pull through, and yarn over pull through, all three. So we have decreased the stitches and we are going to turn our work. Now based on the instructions, you are going to do this same ninth row for another 11 times until you will have only 3 stitches left, and then we are going to fasten off. There we go, we have last 3 stitches left, 1, 2 and 3. Now we are ready to fasten off, so just keep generous amount of yarn to weave in and fasten it off, and pull your yarn to secure the stitch. And now we are gonna read the next instruction. Next thing is to do edging, and for the edging it is saying that your work should be facing towards you, so it should be right side. So that's how it is, this is our right side. And once you have the right side facing, you're gonna turn your work upside down. So turn your work upside down, your so bottom scoop is down and your cone is upside. Now we are going to start working with the edging, and for that we are going to take our color B and we are going to join that in the unworked loop of the marked row. So what does that mean? Do you remember we have start working in the bottom scoop and we are only working in the back loops? So since we have worked in the back loops, the front loop is as it is. So you see, this is the back loops and the front loop is as it is. So we are gonna join our color B in that unworked loop. So take the color B, make a loop, and in your very first unworked stitch, just pass your hook, and using the slip stitch, yarn over, pull through that loop, and we're gonna start working with the edging.
As it's attached already, make sure you are working with the working yarn and not the short tail. So this is your working yarn, and just support it using your second hand, tight it, then chain one. And what you're going to do is we are going to make chain 3, 2 and 3, 1 2 3, and this chain 3 is going to be your 1 double crochet and 3 double crochet in the same space as a slip stitch. So 1 2 and 3, see. And then what we are going to do is we are going to miss the next single crochet and slip stitch in the next one. So miss this one and slip stitch in the next one like this. Now miss again the next one and 4 double crochet in the next one. So 1 Now miss next one, slip stitch in the next one, miss next one, and 4 double crochet in the next one.
Here we are at our last stitch where we are gonna do 4 double crochets in one single stitches. So that way we are going to finish our edging. Once your 4 double crochets are done, we are simply going to fasten off. So fasten off the tail by leaving reasonable amount of yarn to weave in at the end. Here we are done with our edging as well. Now these loosen ends, we'll do it later. Let's continue with the video and the instruction. Now we're gonna work with the top scoop, and for the top scoop we are gonna take our color 3. For this version our color 3 is going to be the robin's egg. So let's take out the ball band and let's get started. Take a yarn out and let's go through the instruction. Says that there is a note. Join each round with slip stitch to first single crochet. So that we are going to keep in mind. With C, we are going to make chain 2. So make a slip knot just like this. Take your hook and slide it down and make it smaller. So smaller slip knot, it should be easier to slide it over your hook. Then make chain 1 and chain 2. Now in the first round we are going to do 6 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So 1, make sure you are just putting the stitch marker to keep a track of your first single crochet. It's easier to mistakenly done and forget about what is the single crochet. Second single crochet, third single crochet, every single crochet are going to be in our second chain. Fourth single crochet, fifth single crochet, and our last single crochet is sixth single crochet. Now, do you remember the note just we read is to join each round with slip stitch to first single crochet. And since we have our stitch marker here, it's easier to identify our first single crochet, and that way we are going to do slip stitch in our very first single crochet. Now, remove your stitch marker, and then we're gonna start with our second round. So chain 1 and then 2 single crochet in each single crochet round. We have done 6 single crochet. Now at the end of this round we are going to have 12 single crochet. So start with the 2 single crochets in the next single crochet, and you see I'm making sure of putting the stitch marker to keep a track of my first single crochet, second single crochet in the same single crochet. Then now third and fourth is going to be in the second single crochet, third and fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9, 10, 11. This is our last one. 11 and 12. 12 single crochets are made. We have instruction to join each round. So first single crochet is marked with the stitch marker. So we are gonna do just slip stitch in the first single crochet and join this round as well. Now remove your stitch marker and go through the third round. Third round says that make chain 1 and single crochet in next single crochet and 2 single crochet in next single crochet, and we are going to repeat this alternating single crochet 2 single crochet for the whole round. Okay, So let's make single crochet in the next single crochet like this, and make sure to put the stitch marker, and we are gonna do 2 single crochet in the next single crochet. So normal, then increase, normal, and then increase. So we are gonna do that way. Single crochet, 2 single crochet in the next one, single crochet in the next one, 2 single crochet in the next one, single crochet in the next one. Keep doing it and make sure to count the stitches, and you should have 18 single crochet after doing the third round. And we are going to join it in the same way we have done first and second round. Complete your round with the slip stitch to the first single crochet. Now we are going to work with the fourth round, but before jumping to the fourth round, let's first confirm the number of stitches we have right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, and 18. So okay, we have 18 single crochets, so perfect. Now let's go through the fourth round instruction. We are going to start with chain 1 and remove our stitch marker, and it says that we are gonna have 1 single crochet in each of next 2 single crochets. So first 1 single crochet, place your stitch marker. Don't forget this step, I always find very helpful to identify my first single crochet. And then in second as well, we are going to make 1 single crochet, and in the third one we are going to do 2 single crochets, so 1 and 2. So we have done increment after 2 regular single crochets, and now in again we are going to repeat that. So in the repeat that meaning, in the next one after increment we are going to do 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet for next 2 single crochets, and in third one again we are going to do increment. So after every increment we are going to do 1 single crochets for next 2 single crochets for the fourth round. And once you are done with the fourth round, you should have 24 single crochets. Here we are, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, we should have 24. So we are going to complete it using the slip stitch in the first single crochet, just like how we did for the first 3 rounds. So this is our fourth round done. Now let's understand the fifth round. So fifth round is also kind of like similar to fourth, but in the fourth we have done 1 single crochet in next 2 single crochet, and then we have done increment. But in the fifth round we're going to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 single crochet instead of 2, and then after 3 single crochet in the fourth single crochet we are going to do an increment. So this is kind of like a done in a same manner. After an increment you are going to do single crochet in 3, and then in fourth increment. After increment again you are going to do single crochet in next 3 stitches, and that way it's gonna work, and it will give you 30 single crochets after your fifth round. And in a similar manner of 1 to 4th we are going to join fifth round as well using the slip stitch to the first single crochet. Now remove your stitch marker and let's work with the sixth round. In a sixth round, it is also same, but this time we're gonna start our work with chain 1 in the same way of first to fifth round. And the only change is we are gonna do single crochets in next 4 single crochets. In the previous one we have done single crochets in next 3, and after 3 we have done increment. In sixth one we are gonna do single crochets in next 4 single crochets, and in the fifth single crochet we are gonna do an increment. So it's better always to count your single crochets. So let's say you're like doing single crochet 1 2 3 4 and then increment, single crochet 1 2 3 4 and then increment. That way you should have 36 single crochet at the end of the round number 6. Okay, here's a note for you. After this round, this is probably the last round for me. However, in the original pattern you have available from y.com, you still have 7th, 8th, and 9th rounds. So those rounds are also going to be like work in a similar way that you have worked with the 6th round as well. So in the 6th round, we have done like 4 single crochets and then increment, but in the 7th, 5 single crochets and then increment, in 8th, 6 single crochets and then increment. So it's kind of like going on and on. And if you want to just make similar and same exact pattern, then you can go with those rounds, and then you can come back and sew top scoop to the bottom scoop as shown in their photos. But right now I'm fastening off and we are gonna jump to sewing. Okay, I decided to first weave in some ends because this top scoop is going to be on bottom scoop and we have some loose ends to weave in. So take your favorite yarn needle and let's get started with the weaving these ends. Okay, we generally do weaving by going in, out, in. So just skip the fast forwarding or the time lapse and then you can simply go to how you can solve the scoop. A few more left. We are just reaching there. Now take your remaining yarn that we have left during making this scoop itself and take your favorite yarn needle, and now we are going to attach that scoop on our bottom scoop. Um, the placement is really your choice, but basically it's gonna go of course on the middle of that scoop. So let's quickly sew this top scoop in a same manner how we generally sew the buttons to any fabric garments or any applique we are attaching. So basically we are just going up, down, up, but making sure that we are covering the surface of the bottom scoop and the surface of the top scoop as well, so that they can stay together even after wash as well. So there is nothing to explain further here. It's pretty much straightforward. We are just sewing it using the general sewing method, and this is how I'm trying to keep my stitches hidden. Mostly working to the back side and making sure that the front side is not looking ugly, as well as making sure that bottom is also not that much ugly and unorganized. So that's how you're gonna sew in. Well, don't forget, this is your crochet, this is your project. So whatever you want to do, just go ahead and just customize based on your style, based on your likes. Just use the different colors, the sizes, everything. You want loop or not, you want without loops, you want bigger size, just go ahead and fun and have fun with this project. And right now I'm seeing it as it's just taking me back to my school days, looking like a cone drawing. Well, have fun and don't forget to subscribe my channel, and I'll see you in another video tutorial.